outright mockery of the U.S. military's inability to either capture or kill Suadi Sadano. The guerrilla leader has appeared on the front lines of nearly every major, being sold over the internet and have become popular across the world. Even their wearers seem largely unsure whether or not irony is...
I mean, it seems like we went to war without declaring anything, and a war we're kinda losing. I don't know what's...
bringing the smallpox vaccination death toll to 6. Still no word from government officials regarding...
You're just about in position.
Right. I see the abandoned, but where's the shipyard?
Underground. The dock was made for submersibles.
Movement. I need a ground check in my sector. Sure it's not another bird, Has? It's all right. I'll take a look.
What's up, everyone? Sinistrain01 back at you with more Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow. Lucky number 1000. Thank you so much for letting me get as far as I have. I would not be here today if it wasn't for all of you out there, so I just want to get that out of the way, and thank you so much for all the help that you have done in getting my channel to grow as much as it have. So now let's go ahead and get on to this mission here. There's actually a couple of different ways that you can go about this mission. The way that I'm doing is kind of a fast, stealthy way. I am trying to minimize the use of gadgets, the use of my weapon to shoot out lights or anything like that. Now there's really nothing you can do towards the end. You're going to have to use some of your gadgets, but at least throughout the beginning part of this mission you can pretty much get in there and get out without anyone knowing that you're there, nice and stealthy, and do it in a fairly quick time. Now granted, it's best to kind of know the layout of the map and what's going on and what's around you to be able to get that fast time. One thing I've loved about Splinter Cell is the fact that, you know, you've got the stealth for those people, but we have the weapons and the capability for action as well if you want to take that route. Now I myself prefer the stealth route, but why not give fans of this kind of genre and this kind of stuff the openness of action as well as stealth, kind of mix it together. That's why I personally thought that Conviction was a great game, because it mixed the action and it mixed the stealth. The only thing I didn't like about that was that most people, you know, you pretty much killed throughout the mission. So that was the only thing I didn't like about Conviction. But this is a really fun level. I had a great time doing it, and I got through it rather quickly, and I wasn't really going for a very quick time. There's obviously a lot more times out there on YouTube that are, you know, what do you call those speed run throughs or whatever, that just kind of blast through a level in like 6 minutes, and you're just like, whoa, how in the hell did they do that while staying stealthy and no alerts? But so I'm going for somewhere around the middle of a fast time. I definitely want to take out these turrets. The reason being is because there's a trophy that you can get if you take out 5 of them. Now up ahead there's some awesome little stuff that you want to kind of watch out for. Definitely use your thermals here, and kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 1 when you're about ready to get up to Vulcan, Raven, or whatever his name is, and just reminds me of that whole using your cigarettes to kind of get by. So I thought that was really cool. And so it's pretty easy so far, not much of a challenge.
GPS shows you're a stone's throw from the control room. Walk softly and use that technician. If you raise the sub yourself, you're going to bring up a lot of Dara Dandoa who won't be happy to see you.
You're underestimating my charm.
Now I'm sure you guys have noticed that I haven't been able to pop out videos as fast as I normally do. Reason being is, and I've explained this in my last video, was that my computer crashed, and the actual computer that I use for editing and for everything, which is a behemoth of a computer, the latest stuff that you can get, makes editing so simple and so fast. I don't have access to that right now. It's getting fixed. Should be home within a couple of days, but I wanted to get this 1000th video out, and I wanted to make sure that it was Splinter Cell, and this is one of my favorite series and what I'm currently working on, that I'm having the most fun with right now. So I'm glad that I could get this out there to you guys, and I was luckily able to put some commentary in it. The only thing that sucks is it takes quite a while to edit these videos due to the fact that it's on a laptop, and the laptop is not, you know, one of those powerful laptops. So bear with me, guys. Hopefully I can get this computer fixed within the next couple of days, and I can get back to my steady stream of uploads.
Hi. How's your English?
Super.
Super. I need you to raise that submarine.
Why?
Because hurting people ruins my sweet disposition.
Yes, right away.
Thanks.
You're welcome. What more do you want from me?
Garrett, what's going on? We weren't supposed to surface for another 4 hours. Garrett, are you there? Answer me if you're there. Otherwise, I'm pulling the alarm.
Tell him we're kosher.
What?
Tell him nothing's wrong.
Okay. There's no problem. I had a warning light flash on the ballast tanks. I'll put you back under as soon as they're fixed.
Copy that. Thanks.
Alright, so we're about ready to come up on the actual end of the first load. And one thing I also like about the Splinter Cell series is, at least from what I remember from the first two games, is that, you know, you got kind of like it's set into different parts. You know, once you get, I mean, obviously it was based off of load times and things like that, but it gave you a chance to kind of relax. You know, you spend all that time trying to perfectly get through a part of the mission, and then you're able to kind of sit back and just relax a little bit to let yourself kind of figure out, okay, it's time to move on again. You're reading a little bit more into the story, and then it's going to load up into a new section. So I actually do like the fact that these games kind of do that. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of different little things that you might not have noticed. We could have actually, there was a can back there that we could have used to distract some enemies. But the reason that I took the light out in the beginning when we came through here was because if you do not take the light out, you can actually flip the switch. That does help you get into the section, but it does not help you get out of the section. And I tried to use the can, I tried to use different techniques to where I wouldn't have to shoot out the light, but it just seemed like taking out that light, which was the only light that I actually take out, was the best route for this. So here's where it's going to load, and we're going to be able to just pop right into the next section, and we're actually going to start kind of going into the underground area so we can get into the submarine and do what we need to do. This is definitely, towards the end of this is where it's going to be a little bit more action, and definitely what I consider the funnest part of this, because it's just so cool of the toys that we have to use, and the lighting and just the different things that you can do in order to actually get by this section. Now, as you can see, it's completely dark where you're at right now, and as long as his arms do not come in anywhere close to contact with you, you're able to get pretty much right by anybody if you stick to the walls and whatnot. And I love the use of lighting. I love the red and how it kind of just shows up a little bit. And there is definitely two different ways you can go through this section right here. You can actually get into there and kind of fight your way through, or you can actually get below it and use this route, which is definitely the more stealthier, since they're actually more focused on what is above them. But you definitely want to wait until the enemies are not looking in your direction before you actually get and do the next one.
Grimm's daughter's got her hands on Komodo's security personnel protocols. Inside that submarine, you're going to be outmanned and outgunned.
That's everywhere I go.
And so, as you can see, I just love the lighting in this game. It is completely amazing. You can still see Sam, the character, and all that kind of stuff, but just the lights are perfect. You can easily get by this guy here and just kind of make sure he's not looking the direction while we're actually going to be heading down into the submarine. Now, the thing with the submarine is you pretty much can't do any alarms whatsoever, so you're going to have to be completely stealthy. You can't let them know you're there. You're going to get in, you're going to get out, you're going to do what you got to do, and hopefully make it to the extraction point without setting off any, any firefights or alarms or whatnot. First, guys, you got this guy right here, so you want to hurry up and get to the right so that you do not get in his way when he is making his rounds. He comes rather quickly, so unless you want to be a little bit more patient, you can figure out his routes, or you can just pretty much do that. Now, up ahead, you want to walk very, very slowly. There's a guy that's asleep up here, and the best bet is obviously just to kind of move slowly through the area so you don't get him up and then cause a problem. Because like I said, you only have one alarm that you can do on this level, or should I say on this part of the level. Now, what's really cool is here, I love the use of lighting here. As you can see Sam's face lighting up, and then, he goes down, and then it's like, wow. good perfect time to use that SWAT turn there, and obviously we can switch off the light and we don't have to worry about taking them out or kind of any other method. So again, I'm trying as much as I can for you guys, because I see a lot of your comments saying, well, it's not completely stealthy if you're taking people out, you know. Well, to a certain degree that is very true, and since this is all based on, you know, it's a game, guys, so you just got to realize that, you know, if you take out anybody in the level, if this was real life, eventually somebody is going to find out that you were there, because they're going to see a body unconscious. I mean, that's just real life. That's how it is. But this is a game, so it's a little bit more believable that it's okay to take out a couple of guys every now and then, because you know what? I don't want to bore myself. I want to have a little bit of fun while I'm going through it, but I still want to remain as stealthy as I can while enjoying the game the way that I want to play it. Now with this colonel here, the best bet for you to do is to get him out of the area, preferably over here in this section here. The reason being is there's going to be the guy that's going to be coming through this area, because we're not taking anybody out except for the people that we really have to. That is obviously the best route to do. So we've only actually taken out 2 people, and it's because the game has made us.
I'm gonna go down a cup of coffee. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Can you bring me a cup?
No, you know the equipment's too sensitive for us to drink in here.
Now this is the guy that actually heads out, so as soon as he heads out, he will actually make a left, which is the reason why we hid the body where we did, so that way nobody will actually find it.
Great work, Fisher. What do we got, Grim?
Just need to find the terminal's ID number. There. Looks like we've got 5 subscribers, satellite phones.
U.S. numbers?
Yeah. Echelon's linking them to a private military corporation. Something called Displace.
We'll run a cross-check on their recent contracts. 5 PMCs line up pretty nicely with our 5 pox boxes.
What's my part?
Amityville time. Get out. If we got the pox boxes, then there's nothing stopping us. The Joint Chiefs will want to move fast. Rendezvous with Cohen. It's about time you introduced yourself to Sedano.
Alright, so now it's time for the more action-oriented part of this level, which is the extraction. So this is where I'm actually going to start using some of my gadgets, and granted I probably didn't have to take out this guy up ahead, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough time in order to do what I wanted to do. So of course I'm going to use the sticky camera to take him out, get him a nice headshot, and you can always go back and pick it up, but I don't think I do pick this one up because I think it drops all the way down. But that's always a good thing to use, is your sticky camera. Aim just slightly above their head depending on how far away they are, and you can always reuse them if you're obviously on a level where you can actually pick it right back up. Now you'll notice down to the right of here, everything looks clear, empty, looks like there's no enemies whatsoever or anything like that. And I'll actually point out and show you guys here. First thing though is you want to pick up a smoke grenade. That's the only thing you're going to need for right there. But you see there's nobody there. Obviously there's a couple of things that you can actually blow up, the oil, the cans there and all that, and there's the extraction point that we're going to. So try to stick as close to what I do. As long as you have all of your gadgets, since I haven't used any, then you're going to be able to get by this part very, very easily. Just get down to this point right there, go right back up. The reason being is it triggers the enemies that are going to actually be waiting for you when you get down there. As you can see now, there's a bunch of enemies in. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our smoke grenades and our sticky shockers in order to take these guys out. The smoke grenades are going to get them all nice and, you know, they don't know what's going on. And actually, the smoke grenades will take some of them out themselves. If anyone is in the vicinity of a smoke grenade, it's automatically going to knock them out. So that's always good. Now I throw what looks like a random sticky shocker, but I knew where the guy was, and as long as you get the height correct for the distance, you can actually take everybody out that easily. You don't even have to worry about a firefight. So it was, when I did that, I was just like, whoa, that worked out really well, and I was actually very proud. These cans here can be blown up. You know, obviously we're not going, or should I say, we're going for a non-lethal approach for everybody that we actually do not have to take out. So pretty much getting to the extraction point is pretty easy. And I do this right here just because I'm showing you the lighting and just how great it is. Even though this game is 8 years old or whatnot. It's just, I just love the lighting. I love the way this game looks. I love the way all Splinter Cell games look. I think they're great graphics, great gameplay. And that is going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this commentary, my 1000th video on YouTube. Thank you so much for letting me bring you all this gameplay and everything that I do for you guys on YouTube. It really means a lot to me that you enjoy it and that I'm able to help you guys out whenever I can. So again, thanks for watching my 1000th video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Peace out, bitches.